Hello everybody, welcome to World Monologue Games. You are watching the regional finals of our 2022 season. My name is Pete Malicki and I am the creator of World Monologue Games. I'm just going to say a few words about the games and then I'll hand you over to our performers. We have 19 performances on tonight in Sprint. So Sprint is one of 6 categories at World Monologue Games where performers have to submit a 45 to 60 second monologue. We've had judges come through the qualifying rounds and review every single submission, and what you're about to see are those that the judges deem to be the best in this category. We have over 300 performers in the regionals across 21 live stream events, and on this weekend we've had both endurance and sprint shows. Endurance is 5 to 10 minute monologues, so the long and challenging ones. So this is our if you would like to give us a like, that would be fantastic. Or hit the subscribe button, leave a chat message, or give us a comment if you're not watching live. That's really great. The performers really appreciate the support. But look, I will come on at the end and say a few more words about the voting. So as our viewers, you get to vote if you're watching within 48 hours of the broadcast. But for now, let me hand over to our performers. So folks, I do hope you enjoy the show. You are watching World Monologue Games 2022 Regional Livestream Finals. This is Sprint, Europe and the Americas.
When a manservant shall play the cur with him, look you, it goes hard. I was sent to deliver him as a present to Mistress Sylvia from my master, when I came no sooner into the dining chamber than he steps me to a trencher and steals a capon's leg. Oh, 'tis a foul thing when a cur cannot keep himself in all companies. I would have, as one should say, one that takes it upon him to be a dog indeed, to be, as it were, a dog at all things. If I had not had more wit than he to take a fault upon me that he did, I think verily he'd have been hanged for it. Sure as I live, he'd suffer for it. You shall judge. He thrust me himself into the company of 3 or 4 gentleman-like dogs under the Duke's table. He had not been there, bless the mark, a pissing while, when all the chamber smelt him. "Hey, with a dog," says one. "What care is that?" says another. "Oh," says a third. "Hang him up," says the Duke. I, being acquainted with the smell before, knew it was grab and go's meat to the fellow that whips the dogs. "Friend," quoth I, "you mean to whip the dog?" "I marry do I," quoth he. "You're doing them all wrong," quoth I. "'Twas I did the thing you wot of."
Do you ever feel like you're 2 shades away from the life that you're supposed to be living? Yeah, I'm there. All the time. And a lot of the times I think back. Like right now. Like when shit hits the fan. And I think about my past and where I went off track, and try to point at the place in my mind where it all began, because I know I was on the right path. And something bumped me along the way. And now here I am, wondering if I add up, wondering if I'll ever get back on the right track.
No, I came alone. No need to call them. They don't have to know, right? So, 6 months, maybe 1 year. Oh, 1 year's a lot of time. I always waited for the holidays at work. Oh, 1 year is a lot. I'm gonna buy that mask. You know, the Iron Man mask that she put on and say, Jarvis, open the mask, and it opens. And you say, Jarvis, close the mask, and it closes. I'm gonna buy that mask.
It's funny, now I got the feeling that I can do all the things that I wanted to do, but I couldn't do before. Isn't that ironic? So, do you have plans for tonight?
The slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing, end them, to die, to sleep, and by a sleep, that is to say, we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation, devoutly to be wished, to die, to sleep.
The final straw. I honestly think you're overreacting now. I know you specifically saved that big chocolate chips cookie for your cheat day in your diet. You left the Jagati sign with your name on it and a scary face and post-its everywhere. But she made a mistake. And she is sorry. Look, she finished your peanut butter like 2 months ago and she bought a new jar. Then I finished it and I bought it again and you never noticed. You know I've known her since I was born. She's my mother. We can't kick her out of the house. Who's gonna bring me breakfast in bed and tell me I'm beautiful?
Before I met you, I didn't know what empathy was. I thought it was a psychopath, well, sociopath. But apparently it's just because I dislike most people. But not you. Girl, you're generous towards everyone. Yeah. Then there's your smile. Fucking cheeky smile. God, I miss that smile. Could light up a whole room. Could have written fucking love stories about it, and now instead of planning our future, the bombs continue to fall in my head. Had you just been on the right side of me, I could have... I really wanna fucking live. But baby, you deserved it more. You did.
Don't you give me that fucking darling. You're late with the maintenance payments again. Don't tell me. You've got another girl up the duff. We'll call it woman's intuition. Plus, you did get what's-her-face, Donna, pregnant. Remember? Same fucking time I was giving birth to Summer at St George's, you were hopping over to Northwick Park to see that bitch Donna giving birth to Rhea. So don't give me that bullshit. Look, I don't know. Anyway, I can't talk. I've got to drop India and Summer to college and Lil to work. And we're late already. It'll be the 5th consecutive day this month that I'm late for work. So don't start your shit with me, because you've pissed me right off today anyway. Bye.
Is always the same. Always at night. They tear me out of bed, push me into a car. Men in uniforms. We stop at a house. I'm shoved downstairs, into a room, a white room. I'm handed a towel and a cake of soap. They tear off my pajamas. Doors lock, I look up, I see them shower heads. And through the halls a hiss. fall to the ground, trouble breathing, beginning to choke. Rush to the door, try to open it, bang on it. Eyes are burning, fingernails, excrement, silent scream. My parents are eating cheesecake. I wake up. As soon as I close my eyes, it starts again. Silent scream, fingernails, shower heads.
Stop listening to girls on TikTok telling you which stars or planets are making you feel sad. I'll tell you. It's your parents. It's a scientific fact. You know, bad times create strong people. Strong people create good times, and good times create weak people, and weak people create bad times. You know, our grandparents, they were kids during the Second World War, which was a pretty bad time, but they became strong people. Our parents were kids during the good times, and they became weak people creating fucking bad times. I mean, look at us. We're on the edge of World War III, climate is fucked, and I can't afford to pay for my gas or electricity. So before you diagnose yourself with depression or being a failure, just look at the mess our parents left us.
Are you evil? Excuse my blunt, abrupt, random questioning, but are you evil? I know, I sound ridiculous, but I keep thinking about how when I was her age, I would beg my mom to read me fairy tales, and now that I'm reading them to her, I realize that according to Grimm, I should be dead already, and you, my friend, are evil. Like, very evil. And I know it's been 3 years, but I can't have another 3 years go by and all of a sudden you have evil spewing out of your pores. So when you say I do to him, you are saying I do to her. And whether you be his second wife or final wife, that little girl is never allowed to have an evil stepmother. Deal?
Oh, I disapprove of myself violently. I mean, I'm a doddering lunatic incapable of thinking of anything but you. I can't work, I can't eat, I can't sleep. I'm of no use to this world. I'm not a woman anymore. I'm a mess. So, I'm about to do something silly. Because I can't do anything else. Because I love you. And so, if in 1 minute you are still here, I shall pick you up and carry you off to South America. So, quick, there's the door.
Since the picture in my life is, to be honest, I should never have taken that photograph. I don't think the world was ready to see reality. Maybe it never will, and for that I truly am sorry, but I will not apologize for doing my job. I couldn't even touch the people in Sudan. The aid workers specifically warned us that some people could be carrying virus, a fact that keeps being conveniently forgotten by the media. So no, I will not apologize for doing my job. Don't shoot the messenger.
Do you want to come back to mine then? I live in a shared house, but everyone's away this weekend, so we could have sex on the kitchen table if you want. Oh my god. You are so fit. Ooh. Did you know a guy called Jack Dixon? You look just like him. It's weird. He was my cousin. Well, more of a brother, really. It was him that got me into clubbing, actually. We had some right nights out here. You really look like him. He did those murals on Church Street. Have you seen them? So talented. Such a waste. Would you give me a hug?
Yes, I've been here the whole time, so... Yes, I heard everything you said, but don't worry, it's fine. Although, now I need you to do something for me. First, leave that ring somewhere. It already made you too honest, didn't it? Then, take the earrings that I gave you back to my room. That bracelet too. You know where I keep them. After that, behind that door, you'll find a lot of coats. But I'm making a mess trying to find yours and put it on. It's getting cold outside. And when you've done that, you can get the hell out of my party. It is not that I don't want you here, although I don't. It's just, according to your own words, I am not the sort of friend that you want in your life. Am I? Don't say anything. Just leave. What a birdie.
Ciao! Ciao, io sono Enrico. Cioè, ma devi continuare, perché ti fermi così? Ciao, tu devi essere Sara e io sono Enrico. Fino a qua anche mia mamma e anche la sua lo sanno. Ci siamo visti a un corso di psicologia, ma non c'è stato modo Martedì, giovedì, io farò una festa a casa mia, pensavo di invitarti, magari posso passare a prenderti con la macchina che non ho. Anche la patente. Vabbè, la faccio un'altra volta, basta.
What? No, it wasn't a hot dog. It was a hamburger. Hamburgers are my absolute favorite meal. I mean, I could eat a hamburger every day for the rest of my life. I just don't like pickles. I mean, I like the other stuff. Lettuce, tomatoes, I'll even eat onions. I just don't like pickles. And I know I told her not to put any pickles on my hamburger. So there I was, sitting in the dining room. She brings my hamburger over to me, and it looks good. It looks real good. So I take a bite, and guess what? Pickles! So I spit that bite out and shove that hamburger right in her face. And now my wife's telling me that my granddaughter doesn't want to cook for me anymore. Can you imagine?
I don't know why you brought me in here. There's nothing wrong. Did my mom call you or something? Of course she did. Don't waste your breath on me. I'm sure you have a long list of students to talk to today who actually have problems worth discussing. Students worth trying to fix. Hey, take your lunch break. Go to Tim Hortons and get coffee and donuts. Just let me be, man. You can't counsel someone who's slowly entering their demise. Because no one with silly little plaques on their wall can guide me into becoming a happy teenager.
You know, a lot can be said in 60 seconds depending not on how fast you're speaking, but on how you feel when you're speaking. A person who is angry will speak very quickly. A person who is processing information will speak very slowly. I, for one, am cocky, breaking down my sentences so that people like you can follow and understand. I mean, I'm surprised you've given me 60 seconds to testify before you shoot a bullet in my head. Well, it's a long story and I'm willing to tell it, but I'm sorry, 60 seconds just will not suffice.
It was a really lovely funeral. Really special service. David said a few words. He could barely get the words out between sobs, but we all helped him. The important thing is we're there for each other. We went with a marble coffin in the end. A bit pricey, but it was worth it. Aren't we all scattered soft pink rose petals around the grave? Love that rose bush. The hours he spent digging while I watched from the window with a cuppa in my hand. And yes, we fought like cat and dog, but I wouldn't change him for the world. Wouldn't have. My Rover, woman's best friend.
What you wanna be, float your mind and listen to the bass, rockin' to the ladies, you're so fortunate free.
All right, thank you to the 19 performers from the sprint show you just watched. Okay, so now what we need to do is vote. What I'm going to do is I'm going to update the description of the video to now include a link to the voting form. So if you're watching live, you just need to refresh the screen. What you need to do is just open up the description. There's a little arrow beneath the video or show more button, and then you'll be able to see a link to the voting form. Go on there and just select your 2 favorite performers. I guess I could talk a little bit more about other World Monologue Games things, but I just want to restate that we have another show coming up in about 35 minutes. We have Endurance coming up, our final Endurance show, Europe and the Americas, just like the same region as the sprint show you just watched. It's our last Endurance show for the regional finals, so we'd love to have you along there. If you're interested in getting involved in World Monologue Games, you absolutely can. We've got a lot of activities. We've got World Monologue Games itself. We have a film festival. We've just opened submissions for that today, so you're very welcome to check that out. And we also have a challenges program with a bunch of different activities every year. So have a look in the links of this video's description if you're interested in finding out more. We'd love to have you with us at World Monologue Games. All right, folks, that's all from me for now. I'll see you in 35 minutes over at Endurance. Ciao.